every day of the finest ingredients in health. Now I have a swell surprise. Made fresh every day.
What's going on, y'all? This your boy Casey the King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. Here to give you my honest review about Fastlane 2021. Fastlane, the pay-per-view as a whole was a complete waste of time. But that main event, I give that main event a standing ovation. I'm serious. That was the match that we were supposed to get at WrestleMania. We were supposed to get Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. The two of them told an excellent story. But the involvement of Edge, Jey Uso, and with Paul Heyman's theatrics outside the ring, everybody in that match told a great story. I didn't care about it being a screw job finish because I expected it to be a screw job finish. Everybody looked good. Daniel Bryan actually had Roman Reigns tapping out, even though didn't nobody see it. Man, it was excellent storytelling. You had Edge watching both of his competitors, who he will be facing at WrestleMania, watching. He watched closely because he wanted to see their weaknesses and their strengths. He got a front row seat. Man, listen. Excellent telling. Excellent books. Excellent storytelling. Now my question is, why the clown the rest of the show was hot garbage? Why the clown was the rest of the show complete hot garbage? This pay-per-view shouldn't have been a pay-per-view. All these matches that we had could have been on Raw and SmackDown. Every single one of these matches we had could have been on Raw and SmackDown. Every single one. This pay-per-view had no business being a pay-per-view. I know why it was a pay-per-view. It was a pay-per-view because they selling Peacock and joining in with Peacock. So they wanted to test the whole app and see if it was going to be any bugs or if anything was going to be glitching. It buffered maybe one time on our end. Usually the WWE Network. I remember when I used to watch the WWE Network all the time. The network always glitch every 5 seconds. I mean, I'd be trying to watch a show and then it start buffering out the woodwork. So kudos to them. I know that's what they was trying to do. They was trying to make sure get the bugs out, make sure everything was great, selling it. But like I say, everything else that happened on this show, I could care less. I didn't care about nothing on this show. And the only decent matches that was on this show, except for like the finishes, was the Biggie and Paulo, Nakamura, Seth Rollins. Even though I was bored out of my mind watching that. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, I was bored out of my mind watching that. The tag team match with the girls really wasn't that bad. It just was the finish. It was, but and don't even. I'm getting ready to go. I'm gonna go in. I'm going in on Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton. I'm going in on that. So people want to get my whole take on the Fiend being back, the burnt Fiend. I call him the boogeyman because Vince always got to have his freaks at WrestleMania. That's just how he is. That's how he roll. I'm gonna give my whole concept on that and everything. But let's go ahead and start the show off. So here it is. So we start the pre-show off. We had Matt Riddle versus Mustafa. Now I thought it was Mustafa Ali, but it's Mustafa Ali and Retribution. Listen, the two of them, they're gonna give you a decent match. Both of these cats is great wrestlers. I really don't care nothing about Matt Riddle because to me he's a clown, real silly if you ask me. But the two of them, they gave it they all, man. But I've seen it already, so I really had no investment in this match or nothing whatsoever. The only deal was everybody was trying to see what Retribution was going to do. Mustafa Ali lost, Riddle retains his title. So now my question is, what the heck do you do with Riddle moving forward? Because now it looks like Mustafa Ali is going to be going against Retribution by himself because he's by himself now. Like, we basically had a whole story ready for Mustafa Ali, him and Kofi Kingston. That was like a good undercard match ready for WrestleMania. They totally ignored that match. Now Kofi already booked for WrestleMania in the tag team match with him and Woods versus AJ and Almas. So what do you do with Mustafa? What do you do? Is it going to be him versus Retribution? What do you do with Matt Riddle? No question. Match was decent, but like I said, I've seen the match 100,000 times. So we get to Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler. I kind of was iffy because I really didn't know if they was actually going to be stupid and have Sasha Banks and Bianca win just to lose at WrestleMania. But the match, like I said, the match wasn't bad. I've seen these girls wrestle about 3 or 4 times, and I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to give the girls a chance. I knew, like I said, it was going to be some goofy stuff going on because all 4 girls really didn't. They really weren't seeing eye to eye. You seen at the beginning of the match where all of them, everybody was talking to each other, trying to figure out what is your head in the game? Is you gonna figure out? Is you gonna do what you're supposed to do? And then your boy Reginald was out there. I said, what is Reginald doing out there? I'm not trying to see Reginald, but he was out there, and you knew he was gonna get involved. Well, that was the downfall of Sasha Banks and Bianca getting messed up. Now, what cost them the match? I believe Bianca was trying to get in the ring to stop Nia Jax. Sasha had Shayna Baszler ready to tap, right? Now, she saw her. She seen her throw her on her. Nia Jax threw Bianca into Sasha. And that's basically what did it. Sasha got pinned again. This whole beef, both Sasha and Bianca have looked like losers. Both of them have looked like losers. I'm like, you supposed to, you listen, the name of the game is to build the both of them as strong going into WrestleMania. Neither one of them have looked strong. And my concern about this match is I don't know if Sasha's retaining. I don't know if she's losing. I don't know. The girl has not won a WrestleMania yet. Her record is 0-5. And obviously she turned heel today, which everybody expected. She slapped Bianca and everything. Bianca was like, I know this. And she did curse because I saw her mouth. She's like, I know this female dog didn't just hit me. Look, she tried to be cool. She tried to be cool with it, and she kept calling her rookie and everything. I'm like, when she keep calling her rookie, that just tells me that Sasha's not going over at WrestleMania. It tells me that Bianca's going to win, and that girl's going to become 0-6 at WrestleMania. That's why that dumb statement she made a promo 2 weeks ago, talking about she's the Michael Jordan of WWE. I'm like, that's a lie from the pit of hell. She can miss me with all that nonsense. So once again, Reginald getting involved and them not paying attention, and Nia Jax throwing Bianca into Sasha Banks and allowing Shayna Baszler to get the pinfall. They win the match. Like I said, the match wasn't bad. I just didn't like the stupid finish. They could have went somewhere totally different. You could easily have Sasha walk off. She could have easily walked off and left Bianca hanging, just like how she did earlier when she had the match on SmackDown the other day. She could have did the same exact thing. This way you leave Bianca hanging, and then Bianca said, girl, why did you walk off? And then you go from there. But no, they wanted to go that dumb route. It was just stupid. But since Sasha got pinned again, I don't know. I don't know where they do it. I don't know, because the build has been trash. The build has been hot garbage. I don't care. I love both of these girls. I love Sasha Banks and I love Bianca. But the build has been trash. I'm just keeping it a book. It's been trash. And I already know why it's been trash. Because Vince McMahon has no desire to book us right, period. Speaking of not booking us right, let's go ahead and talk about this match that shouldn't even been on the card. We had Biggie versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. The match is great. I just wish we didn't have the match. And then the finish. Okay, now I don't know who pinned who. All 3 of them look confused as heck. I don't even know the referee's name. The young lady, the white girl, I don't know her name. I know she's the referee. She's the female ref. I don't know her name. If y'all know her name, tell me in the comment section. She looked confused because she didn't know who to pin because the both of them looked like they was pinning each other. So when she did the pinfall, she looked like she didn't want to pin, and it was like it was all miscommunications going on. And with that dumb finish, now they claim Big E won the match. with the stupid finish. Now you know what it does? It basically kills the whole momentum of the whole build. You've been building the both of them as a serious storyline, and then you go ahead and pull that nonsense. All three of them look goofy as heck. Every single one. I said this was just dumb. This was pointless. You didn't need to have that match. You didn't need to have it because now look, it's just pointless. It is pointless now. So obviously we know what's going to happen in WrestleMania. We getting the rematch again, and obviously Apollo Crews is going over. Then we got this stupid Old Spice commercial. We got this fool named Joseph Average. He was doing the Old Spice commercial. Then we got my man Tozawa coming out of nowhere talking about where's our truth, and he's doing it in the accent. Dude actually can speak great English, so I don't know why they had him trying to sound like, with the Japanese. It just sound goofy. They got him running around here with the ninja costume on, looking real goofy. He ends up pinning R-Truth, becoming the new 24/7 champ. And then R-Truth pops out. I mean, he already popped out the deodorant. He ends up pinning him again, and then Tozawa sitting up there just screaming. This was just pointless. Pointless. I cannot stand this 24/7 crap. I know what it's for. It's because R-Truth will never be able to be in any of the other main event titles or the mid-card titles. That title was specifically created for R-Truth. That's the only reason why that title exists. I'm trying to tell people right now, the only reason. Then another pointless match. Okay, Shane McMahon was technically working out too hard that he messed his leg up. I say, so this is the only way to get rid of the match. You couldn't just scratch the match from the first place. You didn't really need to have this match. So you had Shane McMahon working out, and he messed his leg up and all this crazy stuff. So as he's walking out, got his leg taped up with some ice, or his knee taped up with some ice. Here come Elias and old dude, Jason Rake, whatever his name is. I don't know. Y'all know who he is. They come out last time about he wanted to be a part of WrestleMania. He wanted to do a concert and all this crazy stuff. And he desperately wanted to be on a part so he could sing in front of the fans and all this nonsense. And Shane was like, man, listen, it's not the time right now. He's like, no. He's like, Shane, please, I want to be a part of it. He said, I got an idea. So basically the idea was him to face Braun Strowman. Another garbage, pointless match. No needed, not needed at all. They just decided to have this stupid match for absolutely no reason. So it wasn't even a match. It was basically a beatdown. Braun Strowman wins. That tells me all I need to know. Comes WrestleMania, Shane McMahon is somehow going to win at WrestleMania. Braun Strowman wins. All right, we move on. Now, this match, it was a decent match, but I'm telling you, I really had no interest in the match. I mean, we know why they did this match. This is basically to get Seth Rollins to WrestleMania before he ends up eventually losing to Cesaro. And he was coming out there, you're going to respect me. You're going to respect me. So in the middle of the match with Nakamura, he started sounding, he's like, I'm tough. I'm strong. I said, man, he sound like Cameron Grimes now. I said, they got this fool sounding like Cameron Grimes off of NXT. I said, man, like I said, the match was decent, man, but I really didn't care. I mean, I knew Seth was going to win, but it is what it is. Seth Rollins gets the victory. Now we get to this no holds barred Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus match. You already knew who was going to win. Now, it was some cats that would speculate maybe Brock Lesnar was going to interfere in this match, maybe even Bobby Lashley, but it's funny, Bobby Lashley was nowhere in sight. So I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. I really fell asleep on this match. I'm serious. I was sitting there. Next thing you know, I was knocked out, and I woke up at the end of the match. That tells you how much interest I have in Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, because I've seen them do this 100,000 times. And I'm not saying that the match wasn't bad. The match was decent, but as y'all know, I was knocked out. That should tell you something. That should tell you everything you need to know about this feud. We've seen it 1,000 times. It really didn't need you. Then you already said Drew McIntyre was going to WrestleMania, so what was the point of the match? Drew McIntyre wins. Okay, folks. Now get ready for this clown match. Literally, clown match. I listen, y'all. I can't look. If anybody is going to pull the satanic gimmick, I told you, It only worked with Undertaker and Kane. They were the only two that can actually pull this off. This crap with Alexa Bliss and the return, I don't care nothing about it. To me, it's just dumb. All it says is you're just basically telling children it's okay if you want to join the satanic cult. That's basically what I get every time you see Alexa Bliss come out there. She's demon possessed and all this crazy stuff. Orton came out, and then next thing you know, he started coughing up the black stuff. I said, here you go again. Papa Shango Part 30,000. I'm like, I don't need to see this nonsense. They coughing it up. Come on, get out of here. Now, listen, before I continue on, this weekend, Orton did lose his uncle. So I got to give kudos to him for actually even coming out there to do this match. Because he hurt because his uncle just passed away. So my thoughts and condolences go out to Orton and the whole family, Bob, Orton, all of them. You know, I'm going to definitely, like I said, just keep them in your thoughts and prayers during this time. But anyway, back to this clown match. It wasn't even a match. This man basically couldn't get his hands on that girl the entire match. She kept shape shifting. She would pop up over here. Then she had the lights fall down on him. It just was dumb. I mean, just stupid as heck. I said, this is dumb. This is stupid, right? So they get back in the ring. Now, Orton looked like he was ready to RKO the girl, right? Next thing you know, here come Bray Wyatt popping up out of the ground. He grabbed onto Orton's foot. He pulls his weight, he gets himself up. And I'm looking at this clown. I said, look at this fool right here. This fool don't look like something from Creature Feature, Jason, Freddy Krueger. I said, is he the new boogeyman or something? I said, get the heck out of here with this clown nonsense. I said, man, Vince McMahon can't go without having some kind of freak clown at WrestleMania. He has to have it. It's like, yeah, I gotta have my freak at WrestleMania. And I knew it was coming. We knew the boy was showing up. But like I said, the new design, a lot of fans, they love it because they into that horror film nonsense. I don't care about horror films because I'm not into that clown crap. But the man is back. This is what they're going to ride with. So obviously we getting those two going at it again at WrestleMania. Obviously the match is probably going to be another horror film match. Obviously we know that. But it is what it is. That's my thoughts on the whole situation. I really don't give a crap. Fans think it's great. I think it's stupid. I honestly do. He looked dumb as heck. He looked like he straight came from hell. I'm not playing with you. He looked like he came straight from hell. The Burnt Fiend. That's his new name. It's Burnt Fiend, not the Fiend. Burnt Fiend from the straight out of hell. That's exactly where he came from. Look dumb as heck. I said, look at this nonsense, man. It's just stupid. But if you enjoy that stuff, that's on you. You enjoy it by all means. Now let's go ahead and get to the main event. Now, y'all, this is exactly the match that you've seen tonight is one of the major reasons why I wanted those two to meet up at WrestleMania. These two gave you a classic tonight. They gave you a classic. Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan was off the chain. This match was great. I loved every moment of it. All the psychology going, and then with Edge being the special enforcer, the man had a front row seat because he was watching both of his competitors because he wants to get he wants to get the weaknesses and the strengths of both men in that match, man. And then you had Paul Heyman on the side doing his theatricals with his facial expression. Look, everybody told the extra story. Roman Reigns in the ring talking all kind of bull crap, talking you ain't this, I'm a cheat, like acknowledging to the camera, looking the camera fool, tell everybody I'm the. I mean, just blabbing off. Daniel Bryan was giving the boy a run for his money. He was giving it to him. Both men was beating the bricks off each other. Listen, I loved every moment of that match. That match was off the chain. I loved it. Then Jey Uso shows up. Jey Uso, I knew he was coming. He popped up out the woodwork, he brought the chair, started beating the brick. He laid out Edge, laid out Orton, He laid out Daniel Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, it was great. So then everybody and the ref got laid out too. That's another thing. So you already know when the ref get laid out, you know what's gonna happen, right? Man. So then Daniel Bryan go to pick up the chair, right? And he go to hit Jey Uso. Jey Uso dunk out the way, and he ends up whacking Edge. I said, well, there you have it, folks. The triple threat has been set. We are getting it. We getting the triple threat, right? So remember, the ref knocked out. So then he ended up beating up Roman. Jey Uso got laid out. So then now Daniel Bryan is constantly putting Roman in these submission moves. And he finally got him in that one submission move. And you could clearly see the man look like he was ready to tap out, and he started tapping out. But remember, there's no ref. And remember, Edge is a special enforcer. So if Edge would have called it, Daniel Bryan would have won the championship, but he didn't. So you know what happened, right? Edge came out the woodwork and whacked Daniel Bryan with the chair. I said, yep, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So everybody laying out everybody knocking out everybody, right? Daniel Bryan ended up knocking Edge out again. So then Daniel Bryan called himself trying to get back on Roman Reigns. It didn't work. Roman Reigns knocked him out. 1, 2, 3. The finish. Roman Reigns is still your Universal Champion. I loved every moment of this match. I have no complaints about this match whatsoever. We getting what we want. The fans who want the Edge versus Roman, you got it. The fans that want Daniel Bryan versus Roman, you got it. We got all three members meeting up at WrestleMania. I don't know how we're gonna get. Well, we already there, but I don't know what we getting ready to get because I'm expecting a classic. I really am. I'm expecting, even with how old Edge looked on SmackDown. I believe with the two of them in there, they're gonna all work together to make each other look great. Excellent storytelling. Now my question is, how the clown with this card you have a terrible show all the way until you get to the main event? This is what I hate about Vince and Bruce and them. I don't get it. I don't understand it for the life of me. I'm like, you do everything in your power to make the main event a stellar match, but the rest of the show you don't even give a crap about. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I don't get it. To my WWE apologists that think they do everything great, you tell me. I'm asking you, please help me. How the clown was this show? Listen, you could have easily possibly gave a great pay-per-view if you would have took your time. First of all, we don't need R-Truth. We don't keep that crap on Raw. Biggie and them could have possibly had a finish where the both of them just was beating each other up outside where it was the double count out. I would have been fine with a double count out. I would have been fine with that, where they standing outside and they both of them get counted out. This way we can continue it on at WrestleMania. But the fact that they did that screw job finish where we really didn't know who pinned who. We don't know if Big E pinned Apollo, if Apollo pinned Big E. Then the tag team situation with the ladies, that could have been delivered a whole lot better. The situation with Matt Riddle and Mustafa, really, you know, it is what it is, man. And like I said, don't even get me started with Drew and them. Like I said, to me, it's just goofiness. It's laziness. It's goofy. But like I said, this is Vince and them. This is how they do things. They like to put pay-per-views 2 weeks before WrestleMania. Man, that's my thoughts on the whole show, man. Like I said, what would I give this show? I can't give this show no more than a 4. Roman and them carried the show. They carried the show. They carried the show. Roman, Daniel, Edge, Jey Uso, and Paul Heyman carried the show. Everybody else was just there to be there. I'm serious. I am very serious right now. So that's my thoughts, man. What y'all think? Did y'all enjoy the show? Did y'all think the show was fire? Or you feel the same exact way as I do? Hit the comment section up. This your boy Casey Phil King Set for Life. And like I said, I will be back with the Raw review. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow. But I always expect it. If I don't do it on the day of, I always expect it the previous day or the next day, whatever. This your boy Casey Phil King Set for Life Resident Takes. I'm gone.